Hi, my name is John Erickson. I'm the founder, owner, CEO, and sole employee of a company that I call Civitas. I'm an internet community consultant. I started the business in 2021 with my friend Serene, and since November I've been doing it on my own since I left my previous job. If you are listening to it, I should let you know that there's also a version on YouTube, so you can see what I'm reading and a few pictures that I'm going to show. And my goal for this is to read some articles that I've written in the past, to surface them, to talk about community and community management, and the software that runs communities. I think it'll be interesting, and maybe it'll drum up some business for me as well. So there's some disclosure there. All right, I'm going to jump right into it. This is a version of the article on one of my blogs. And I say one of them because I actually have several blogs. This is the one on my business homepage. I actually moved it to my new platform. This is Discourse, which I'm using as a blogging platform. It works great. I love it. Not necessarily traditional though. So let's jump right in. The name of the article is Building Civitas. Stack Overflow started when two bloggers, Jeff Atwood and Joel Spolsky, noticed there was no good way to get answers to questions about programming. They put together a prototype, invited their readers to try it out, and even before the public beta, the site had already accumulated many high-quality answers to difficult questions. Then a miracle occurred. So that link goes to this blog post announcing the Stack Overflow public beta in 2008. And the picture is a cartoon of two professor types looking at a blackboard covered in equations. In the middle is just some words, not an equation. It says, then a miracle occurs. And one says to the other, I think you should be more explicit here in step 2. And this is a pretty good illustration of what happened with Stack Overflow. It's practically miraculous, and that turned out to be prophetic in a way. Back to the article. There were other companies working on Q&A sites around the same time. Let's put a sample in this handy table. So the first column is company, the second column is distinctive, and the third is the outcome. So there was a company called Experts Exchange. Its big distinctive was that you had to pay for answers, and it's gone out of business since. It's declared bankruptcy. I think it came back, whatever. Second company is Mahalo.com, and its distinctive was they paid people to answer questions, and it definitely did go out of business, and I don't think it's been revived. Then there's Yahoo Answers. It's famous for how is Babby formed, which is a question that has become a meme. I sincerely hope that the person who asked this question was making a joke and didn't actually need to know the mechanisms of how reproduction works, but it's super hard to tell, and it's become sort of a joke in any case. And actually a lot of Yahoo Answers are basically jokes, so Yahoo shut that site down. Quora is still around. It has Facebook integration. Honestly, I've seen some of the questions. I've been attracted to look at the answers, and they haven't been that great. This is especially true when it comes to programming. Stack Overflow beats Quora hands down. And then there's Stack Overflow. I'm saying it's distinctive as community, and it was sold for $1.8 billion. And full disclosure, I had options because I was a community manager at Stack Overflow before it was sold, and my options were paid out, and I was able to do some construction, including this space here, which is my new office. It's recently finished. So thank you, Stack Overflow, and the company that bought them. Back to the article. Community has become something of a buzzword in the startup world. When people think they need community, it can become a shifty and gelatinous term, so let me be specific. Stack Overflow was largely built by and for the people who use it. Community doesn't just mean, in this case, a bunch of people with a common interest. Instead, it's a group of people who have a sense of ownership over a common resource. Not only do they provide nearly all of the content, community input has guided the functional development of the site from the beginning. Serene and I named our new company Civitas, which Google Translate says is Latin for community. I did some research on the name to make sure it didn't have a rude connotation. I realized that Civitas represents the type of community not dissimilar to Stack Overflow. To the ancient Romans, Civitas meant citizenship, and especially Roman citizenship. There's a story from early Christianity that illustrates the importance of Civitas. Paul was about to be flogged when he asked if it was lawful to flog a Roman citizen without trial. So the tribune came and said to him, "Tell me, are you a Roman citizen?" And he said, "Yes." The tribune answered, "I bought this citizenship for a large sum." And Paul said, "But I am a citizen by birth." With Stack Overflow, you can't buy your way in, nor can you receive reputation at birth. Instead, members earn their place by contributing to the growing collection of knowledge. People value their membership in Stack Overflow because it requires sacrifice. That in turn creates loyalty you can't buy. Building this sort of community comes with a cost, but done well can produce quite satisfactory returns. While other Q&A companies struggled to source quality answers, Stack Overflow could rely on their unique community dedicated to answering coding questions to build a content library. With the effort and money saved, the company was able to spend a decade working on its revenue model. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was Stack Overflow. Fortunately, every organization can take immediate actions to cultivate exceptional communities. Every community is different, but next steps could be giving clients a space to talk to each other, interviewing members to hear how they are doing and what you can do better, sending out a survey to your mailing list to gather broad feedback, revamping rules, terms of service, and community norms, analyzing data to find barriers to entry. So here's the sales pitch. Schedule a meeting with me, and I will provide a free consultation, including possible next steps. There's no obligation, but we can also help you execute on those steps. Or even better, we can train your community team to do the work themselves. So do you have a community, or do you want to start one? Email me at john@buildcivitas.com. That's the article, with a little sales pitch at the end, which, if it applies to you, of course, send me an email. Now, you notice I read it as Build Civitas instead of Civitas, which is how I've been pronouncing the name of my company this entire time. Why is that? Well, Civitas, as I said, is a Roman or a Latin word, and the ancient Romans would have not pronounced that C soft. It would have always been K hard. And the V, well, that's just another way of writing U. A simpler way. It's a little easier than sort of that curving shape. So you have to think of it as a hard C, and instead of a V, it's a U. And so the first C-I-V-I actually was pronounced more like kiwi, which is why I have pictures of kiwis all over my site. And then toss. And so I have when my site goes down, I have this screen with a picture of a kiwi tossing a kiwi. Here's a bigger version of that picture. My daughter drew this picture for me when she found out that the name of my company was Kiwi Toss, and we discussed how it sounded like a kiwi tossing a kiwi, and that's what she drew. She's very creative, very clever. I really enjoy this logo. It's not professional by any means, but I think it represents me and what I try to bring, which is maybe a little distinctive. By the way, if you've made it this far and you've listened to later episodes and you've come back to listen to episode 1, to catch up because you're a completionist like me. Hello! And I hope that in the future the quality is better, that we figure some things out, that maybe have some more resources to spend on this, and that's why you're maybe a little disappointed with it. But in any case, I hope to talk with you later, and I have many interesting ideas for new episodes, and well, we'll see you then. Bye.